This is pretty much the essentials I'm gonna be eating throughout the week. We're gonna take this shot of cranberry juice and get day 2 started. I'll be honest, it tastes like wet beef and rice. Stan has his kind of monster mash with the rice. I'm gonna call this Jack Smash. What's going on, everybody? It's Jack. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you're having a great day whenever you're watching this. But I'm doing something a little bit different. This is gonna be day 1 of a 7-day diet test. So I've done a lot of full days of eating in the past, cheat days, all this kind of stuff. And I decided I wanna try the vertical diet for a week. So I've seen other videos on this, Stan Efferding, who actually invented the diet. I'll give more detail right now, but I'm a little bit late. I just need to whip up a quick breakfast and head to class. But one of the nice things is you can have eggs in the morning, which is super simple. So I'm gonna have 4 of these range-free eggs. So my cousins actually have chickens, and these are directly from their coop. You can see the different colors, all that kind of stuff. And the biggest thing about this meal plan, or this diet, whatever you want to call it, is to have whole natural foods with a lot of micronutrients. So some cage-free, like eggs from a farm essentially, are absolutely fantastic. I think they taste better as well. So we're gonna have 4 of those. We're gonna have some cheese. We're gonna do whole dairy, so no low fat, anything like that. And also throw in some almonds, carrots, and oranges. I'll give more detail on the diet, but this morning I'm in a little bit of a hurry, but I just wanna kick you guys off with what I'm gonna do this week. I also weighed in at 170.6 this morning, but we're gonna eat the vertical diet for a week. We're gonna see how it affects our digestion, sleep, performance in the gym, all that kind of stuff, just overall how I feel. So I'm gonna whip this up, and then after I get back from class, we're gonna do a grocery run, and I'll go more into exactly what the diet is and how I intend to do it this coming week. Also, Macy, you wanna say hi? Say hi. Oh, no one's there. But I'll cook this up real quick and show you guys what breakfast is. And there we have our breakfast. I will read off the macros. We're gonna have a lot of meals this week, so I'm not gonna do this every time, but maybe every time I have like a unique meal. So breakfast, this is 475 calories. It is 22 grams of carbs, 29 grams of fat, and 34 grams of protein. I used to have cheesy eggs as a kid all the time. That was like my dad's thing he would make, is cheesy eggs, but I haven't had them, gosh, I don't remember, like several years, so I swear, it's the eggs. Those like fresh eggs, just make it. So that is absolutely delicious. Seasoned with a little bit of salt. I'm gonna polish this off, then I need to go to class, but I'll talk to you guys more after class, after we do our grocery run, explain the diet as a whole. But this is breakfast. This will probably be my staple breakfast for the next week. But yeah, let's get vertical. We've now made it back in the grocery store. This is pretty much the essentials I'm gonna be eating throughout the week on this vertical diet. We're gonna start with our proteins. The biggest thing is red meats. We have our ground beef right here. It is grass-fed, which is one of the requirements of the ground beef, or at least he recommends it. We also have some ground bison here we're gonna try later on, and as well as some chicken thighs. So one of the misconceptions is that the vertical diet is only red meat, but if you're actually eating at maintenance or around maintenance, which I am, you can incorporate some leaner meats like a chicken. Then we also have some eggs right here, whole eggs. We do have some from my cousins, like I mentioned earlier, but we also had to pick some up. These are the cage-free version. And as far as carbs, we've got hella rice. I am very lazy, so these microwave-ready rices are amazing. Then we also got some potatoes, sweet potatoes. And then we also have our dairy, so we have some full-fat cheese. Then we also got some full-fat yogurt. I personally only eat Greek yogurt, so I'm very curious to see how this tastes, but hopefully it's gonna taste really good. Then we've got some grass-fed butter. This is gonna be our cooking oil for the most part. We've got some cranberry juice for all those antioxidants and micronutrients. Then we'll move on to essentially our micronutrients for the week. We've got carrots, we've got oranges. I will also use some orange juice at times, bell peppers, almonds, spinach, chicken broth. And that is pretty much our grocery haul. I will say it is a little bit more expensive than my typical grocery haul, mostly because of the grass-fed meats, and these are 90-10, so a little bit on the leaner side. But I'm gonna do 1 week, see how it is, and then if I really think they're that good of a value, I'll get them. If not, maybe we'll switch back to something a little bit cheaper. Now I'm gonna put all this away. We're gonna whip up a meal. We're gonna cook up some ground beef, rice, and that'll be our pre-workout meal. I know I was in a rush this morning with breakfast, and I just grazed over what the vertical diet is and who's it by, but Stan Efferding, or also known as the White Rhino, and rightfully so, he has a squat of over 800 pounds and a bench press of over 600 pounds. He is the one who invented this diet. He's been training for a long time. He's an IFBB pro as well as a competitive powerlifter. I'm sure he doesn't do any sort of other juice outside of this diet. So this diet is gonna make me an IFBB pro and a competitive bodybuilder. But nonetheless, that's not gonna happen. Anyways, I wanna give it a shot. It's been going around for a long time. I've definitely adopted things without even knowing exactly why. Like I eat ground beef, I eat white rice, I try to keep my spinach, peppers, micronutrients up. But he has a different approach where you eat your minimum micronutrients or low FODMAP foods like the peppers, spinach, sweet potatoes, all that kind of stuff. And then you fill up the rest of your calories with red meat and rice to bulk, gain weight. You're gonna eat just more and more red meat and white rice after you have those micronutrients. Also, the diet claims to enhance performance, endurance, recovery, all that kind of stuff. It is for high performing athletes. I wouldn't call myself a high performing athlete, but I would like to get any edge I can get. So we're gonna see how my energy levels, my recovery, my sleep, and all that kind of stuff is affected as I eat this diet. I'll keep you guys posted, give you kind of daily updates on how I'm feeling, as well as the diet itself. Here we have our pre-workout meal. We've got white rice, 8 ounces of our grass-fed beef, then also some cranberry juice. White rice basically is a great carb source, easily digestible, and you can eat a lot of it. So if you're trying to gain weight, white rice is a great source of carbs to increase your total caloric intake, as well as have something that's easily digestible. And then we have our ground beef, which is grass-fed. And I'll quickly read the definition of grass-fed. So grass-fed cattle spend their entire lives grazing and eating from pastures, according to the FDA. So what that means is instead of eating from troughs, grains, being inside, they're able to roam and be free the entire time. It's just gonna be a higher quality meat. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's gonna be really high in zinc, iron, B vitamins, and also has almost triple the amount of omega-3s versus to grain-fed beef. And then last thing we have on our post-workout meal is some cranberry juice, 4 ounces here. We're supposed to have 2 servings of 4 ounces of cranberry juice each day. And the cranberry juice itself is extremely high in antioxidants, iodine, anti-estrogen, and helps detox the body. So we'll be having 2 servings of that, 1 with our pre-workout meal. I probably should have had 1 at breakfast, but not a huge deal. And the last thing having to do with this diet is Stan Efferding recommends having the majority of your carbs around your workout. So this is my pre-workout meal. It is about 1:30 right now. Plan on going to the gym around 2:33. So I'm gonna have a lot of carbs now as well as post-workout. The meal's gonna be fairly similar, an entire packet of white rice, and then yeah, just some quick, easy, digestible carbs to fuel our workout. Even just after 1 bite, I can tell this meat tastes different. I will say I normally do 96/4 lean ground beef, and this is 90/10, so it's just a fattier cut as a whole. Flavoring is fantastic. But I'm gonna dig into this, have my little cranberry juice, go work out, come back, have our post-workout meal. I'll show you guys what that is. We're back with our post-workout meal. So at the very bottom, we have another entire packet of Uncle Ben's basmati rice. It is, let's see, 80 grams of carbs. They've got some sauteed spinach, some air-fried peppers, and then the rest of that ground beef from earlier, another 8 ounces. Then we have the peppers and spinach in there for vitamins, minerals, calcium, omega-3s, all that good stuff. They're also very low on the FODMAP, so they're easily digestible, don't cause gas. I'm gonna finish this off, and we also have another 4 ounces of our cranberry juice. This, I can already tell, is one thing that probably will not be sticking around after this week. I don't like the taste. I pretty much take it like a shot and maybe chase it with some water. It's not my favorite, but Stan swears by it. It's super good, so for iodine reasons. But yeah, I'm gonna take this shot, eat this, and then we've got 1 more meal on the day, and I'll probably be ending around like 2,700 calories, which is right around my maintenance, and I'll probably stick around there for the rest of the week, but cheers. I mean, I just don't enjoy that at all, but maybe I'll warm up to it. Other than that, I'll eat this meal. Also, what we're gonna be doing is taking walks after our meal. Maisie's over there, you can't see her on the screen. We're gonna take her for a 10-minute walk just to help digestion after each meal. I did this in the morning just on the treadmill. I did it before my workout, so I ate that meal, I went to the gym, walked for a little bit. The walks really promote digestion and just help you kind of digest your food a little better. So we're gonna start incorporating some sort of movement, a walk, either outside, inside, just to move around a little bit, maybe on the treadmill downstairs, promote digestion like Stan recommends. But I'm gonna dig in and I'll see you guys at our last meal of the day. And here we have our last meal of day 1 on the vertical diet. You might as well call this the orange meal. We have oranges, carrots, We got some chicken thighs, and then also we have our sweet potatoes. So I'll quickly go over kind of why I'm eating each. So you guys missed out this morning why I ate the oranges. I didn't tell you guys. So oranges are a good source of vitamin C, as well as other vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And then we have our carrots here, high in fiber, great vegetable. Also have calcium and vitamin K. Then we have our sweet potatoes here. Sweet potatoes are very rich in vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin A, as well as has some potassium. And our chicken thighs, like I mentioned before, you can eat chicken thighs or some sort of chicken on this vertical diet. Red meat is the primary source of protein, but if you're at maintenance or around maintenance, you can work in some chicken. So this is just one chicken thigh, 6 ounces. And then as a whole on the day, I'm at 2,750 calories, which is maybe slightly above maintenance, but not too big of a deal. My protein is 186 grams, my carbs is 284 grams, and my fat is 98 grams. According to the vertical diet by Stan, you wanna have about 1 gram per pound of body weight if you're maintaining. So I needed 170 and I had 186, so protein's good, if not a little high. Fat, however, he wants you to be in the 0.3 to 0.4 grams per pound of body weight, which I would be at 170 pounds between 51 to 68 grams, and I had 98 grams of fat. I really don't see how much more I can lower my fat considering all my meats are like 90-10 high fatty red meats. Eggs are high in fat. If I do use some of the Greek yogurt I got, that's full fat. And I'll play around with it a little bit. Hopefully I can bring that down, but I think my fat's gonna stay relatively high throughout this because of the red meats, the eggs, almonds, that kind of thing. And then our carbs fill out the rest, which should be around 350, and I got 280. So if anything, my fats were a little high, my carbs were a little low, according to what Stan wants your macro split to be. But we hit all of our micronutrients goals. We had 2 servings of carrots, 2 servings cranberry juice, at least 2 eggs. We had a pound of red meat. We had 2 servings of oranges. Now we have our sweet potatoes, all that kind of good stuff. So we hit our macros for the day, pepper, spinach, we had all that kind of stuff. I wanted to run you guys through one complete day. Moving forward, I'll probably just go off if I have a new meal, like when I try the bison or if I try the Greek yogurt. But this is gonna be my staple. I'll show you guys as we go forward. So I'm gonna dig into this. Maisie wants to go outside, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It is the morning of day number 2. I will say I woke up very well rested, but also very, very hungry. So we've got our breakfast. I forgot to do a physique check yesterday for you guys. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we'll dig into our breakfast. Day number 2, feeling good. We're back with breakfast. We have very similar to yesterday, eggs and cheese, orange, and our cranberry juice, which I'm gonna chug. I didn't get the chance to tell you guys why we eat eggs. So eggs are high in biotin and choline, as well as omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin A and E. Overall, the yolk themselves are a very good source of healthy fats, help your hair, skin, nails, digestion, all that kind of good stuff. So we've got 4 eggs again with some cheese. We're gonna take this shot of cranberry juice and get day 2 started. Back with our beef and rice meal. So one thing that Stan actually does is add some chicken stock or broth or bone broth into his beef and rice. This is what he calls his monster mash. He does 3/4 cup, but I have never tried this before, so we're gonna be cautious with just 1/2 cup. So we're gonna add this. Also, I'm not sure if he microwaves this. I'm gonna try it without microwaving because the beef and rice is warm. So we'll try it today without microwaving it, and maybe we'll try it tomorrow after microwaving it. So I'm gonna measure out just up. It's gonna make things real nice and moist like you want them. And let's see what it tastes like. I'll be honest, it tastes like wet beef and rice. I don't know what I expected, to be completely honest, but no earth-shattering news or new discovery, in my opinion, in my culinary experience. That just tastes like wet beef and rice. But that is what the diet calls for, so we're gonna have this and then head and work out. Working out with a buddy today, we got legs. Day 2 is coming to an end. We have a sweet potato mash. We have sweet potato, a little bit of butter, as well as the rest of our ground beef from earlier. We're gonna be trying our full fat yogurt. This is just like a strawberry flavor. It's definitely thicker than the Greek yogurt. Honestly, it doesn't taste as sweet. Definitely not bad, but for almost double or even triple the amount of fat than a Greek yogurt, I'd probably stick to Greek yogurt after this. But we got that, then we've got another full orange here. I also finished off some baby carrots. And this will wrap up day 2. So far, so good. Nothing crazy. Haven't felt any of the so-called side effects yet, but maybe we will tomorrow. Cheers. It is currently day 4 of the week on a vertical diet. Here we have essentially a whole bunch of micronutrients. So we're gonna finish off our thing of cranberry juice right here, another 4 ounces. Finish off some orange juice. We're out of oranges, so switch over to orange juice. We're gonna have some carrots. We're gonna have the rest of our yogurt, full fat yogurt, and we're gonna add some almonds into the yogurt. So far, so good. Today was actually an active rest day, so I wasn't lifting, but I did wanted to bike for a little bit. So I went out to the garage, and I was only gonna do like 20 or 30 minutes, but I felt really good, so I actually did an entire hour. Then we did some abs and some drone proteins. So I would say as a whole, my energy is definitely up. I sleep well, I wake up well rested. I don't know if it's because like motivation, I'm more motivated to like get up, get stuff done, which I have been in the last week or so, but I definitely don't think I can rule out that the vertical diet has been helping. I feel refreshed when I wake up. I don't feel groggy after meals. I don't feel any kind of bloating. So I definitely think this is working so far. We've got a couple more days left, but I just want to give you guys a quick update and kind of like a fun meal I have here. I had my protein post-workout with my rice, and now we're gonna have a whole bunch of micronutrients. So cheers, and I'll check with you guys tomorrow. Just got back from the grocery store, quick little restock. We have 3 days left, so we have 3 more pounds of meat. This is the organic ground beef, grass-fed 90-10. We've got some more oranges, we got some salmon. We're supposed to have salmon or a fatty fish twice a week. I'm a little behind, so we got some salmon there. Got some more eggs, sweet potatoes, peppers, carrots, orange juice and cranberry juice. We're completely out, so I gotta make up for that. And then this bag is entirely full of rice. So quick restock. And then I also have some ground bison actually in the fridge that I'm gonna cook up for my next meal. So I haven't had that yet, so we're gonna give that a try. But yeah, quick little restock. I'll let you guys know how the ground bison tastes. Here we have our post-workout meal. We have our ground bison. I will say it smells better than ground beef just when I was cooking it. Also a little bit more moist. So we have a sweet potato under there, microwaved and crushed up, basically mashed sweet potato. The ground bison on top. We also added some of this grass-fed butter on there, about 10 grams. We have some carrots on the side. We've got our cranberry juice back. We've got our chaser for the cranberry juice, our oranges, and then I know Stan has his kind of monster mash with the rice. I'm gonna call this Jack's mash with the ground bison or beef and then sweet potato. It is so good. I've been having it almost twice a day lately, so I picked up way more sweet potatoes for the next couple days. All right, I see what the hype's about. It's a tastier beef. I mean, it's very similar consistency. If anything, slightly more like earthy and gamey, but I really like it. Probably isn't worth the price increase from ground beef to ground bison, but maybe once a week throw it in there. But overall, we got a couple more days on the diet. The only thing I'm not enjoying is the cranberry juice. We figured out a way to get that down without a problem. Here we are with our second to last meal of our second to last day. We have our salmon, some white rice. We got our 4 ounces of cranberry juice, 4 ounces of orange juice. We're gonna have 1 serving of almonds and then also 1 serving of baby carrots. One thing I will say about this diet, I was talking to a friend about this, Chris, the other day, is although I am on a restrictive diet, in a sense, it's super freeing. It's hard to describe, but it's like decision fatigue I have on a daily basis of trying to figure out what I wanna eat, when I wanna eat, how much I wanna eat. Like I have a lot of flexibility in my regular diet. So for the past week, when I know exactly kind of what I'm gonna be eating, the foods I'm gonna be eating, my options are like smaller, it's more freeing because I have less decisions to make, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does, but one thing about this diet is it is definitely a little bit more restrictive, and once I move on, I probably won't be as restrictive, but I love the fact that it's pretty straightforward and simple. I only have so many choices I need to make, and all the meals I've enjoyed so far. So one thing I will say, on a diet or something restrictive or calories, counting, whatever it is, a meal plan, although it's restrictive, it's kind of freeing because you don't have as much decision fatigue as you normally would, but I just want to say that out there. Otherwise, training's still going well, and I'm gonna do a full wrap up tomorrow, so I'm just gonna dig into this, shut up, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. That's good. The week on the vertical diet has officially come to an end. Our final weigh-in was 169.8 pounds. I started at 170.6, so that is a drop of 0.8 pounds, and I know I was overeating. I am confident I can say I was probably eating closer to 3,000 calories every day rather than what I thought was my maintenance, around 2,600. Definitely a big reason for that was the constant digestion and excretion of my food byproducts. That was definitely probably the most consistent I've ever had my digestion in my entire life. I felt so good all day, no bloating, no matter how much I ate that meal. I never really felt bloated or like sick to my stomach or too full like I do sometimes when I have my big meals of pasta or bread. I will say that. Other than that, I mean, my energy was definitely up. I performed well in the gym. Like I said, my decision fatigue was gone because I always knew about what I was going to eat or something similar that I was going to eat each day. Overall, I will definitely be carrying a lot of what I learned and a lot of what I did during this vertical diet over to my actual diet. As you can see, I still have my eggs and cheese in the morning, some oranges, but I am adding in some English muffins with some jelly. I have the biggest sweet tooth, so I gotta add that a little bit. I will be breaking it with some French toast, but I'm just holding off on one more day because I don't have some of the ingredients I want. Otherwise, I mean, the sweet potato mash, I'm definitely gonna be eating a lot more of. I'm just gonna be adding back some sauces. So I think I'm gonna stick to a very similar diet, not so strict. I'm gonna let myself go out, maybe have a burger, sushi, that kind of thing. But I am gonna stick on a day-to-day basis, maybe add some sugar-free ketchup, some salsa, those kind of things back into my diet. Overall, I think a big part of my energy was definitely the diet, as well as going to bed the same time every night and waking up around the same time. I did that consistently for an entire week, through the weekend, all that good stuff. It's just a very consistent thing that your body kind of gets used to, your circadian rhythm gets used to, and I almost didn't have to wake up to my alarm clock half the days. My body would kind of just get up and I'd have that natural energy, which was absolutely amazing. Other than that, I'll end the video here. If you guys have any other diets you want me to try or questions about the vertical diet, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.